Now let's get into my fighter spotlight of the week before I get into more PFL. Now I started this segment off. Fighter spotlight started with that, Gene. Okay, so I'm not going to do another one. Of course, I'm not going to do another one. But there was somebody on the card that did something big, and I got to give him their shine. Jesuspinedo. Jesuspinedo. Out of Cayo, Peru. 28 years of age, born June 22nd, 1996. Okay? He trains at a Pitbull Martial Arts Center. He's been training there since 2013 at Lima, Peru. Now, Jesus Pinedo is closely associated with coach Ivan Iberico, a renowned NBA figure in Peru. And he's maintained a strong bond with him since the ages of around 16, 17 years old. He's been doing martial arts since a very, very young age. Now he's 6 foot. He's a lightweight with a 74-inch reach. He usually fights orthodox, but he can switch to southpaw. He's 24-6, 15 KOs, and 4 subs. All right. Now, he has the traditional MMA career in which he took a few losses early in his career, learned from them, and obviously made him much stronger because he's gotten a plethora of finishes since. Now, he started his career against Luigi Tapello with a big TKO at 300 Sparta, which is a promotion in Peru. It was a first-round finish on my mom's birthday, July 17th, 2013. That's not when she was born, but that's her birthday. But anyways, Miguel Morales was a unanimous decision win after that on the very next event at 300 Sparta, but then he loses his third fight against Jose Manuel Guevara at 300 Sparta 4. First loss of his career on October 10th of that very same year. Now, all of these fights are taking place in Lima, Peru. Okay, so close to his home gym. He takes on Marlon Gonzalez, gets a unanimous decision win, gets back on track, and another unanimous decision win over Victor Arata at Inca FC 25. So he switched promotions now. He's over at Inca FC. Gets his first loss in a split decision loss to former UFC vet Umberto Bandanai. Remember Umberto Bandanai? Remember him? He fought Mowgli Benitez. He fought Martin Bravo, Austin Arnett, Luis Garagori. He was a solid fighter, but that's the second loss of his career. And then loses again to Javier Oyarzabal by TKO. First TKO loss of his career. August 15, 2014. Buenos Aires, Argentina. This was the first time he fought outside of his home country. Okay? So he comes back to Peru, takes on Jose Zaruz, gets a majority draw at Peru FC 18, September of 2014. So keep in mind, all of this is happening within a year. He's very active. Then racks off 5 wins in a row, 4 finishes. TKO's Jack Guzman at Inca FC, Warriors 2 in October of 2014. In December 3rd of 2014, he submits Sidney Guzman with an armbar. These are both round 1 finishes, by the way. Arena Tour 6, June 26th of 2015. He TKO's Jonathan Ortega, round 1 in Argentina. Avenges his Argentina loss. Cicero Coutinho, TKO, round 1 in Peru at Inca FC, Warriors 4. And then gets a unanimous decision win over Federico at Arena Tour 7, September 19th in 2015. So he uses 2014 and 2015 to get right back on track, but takes one more fight at the end of 2015 in December 16th and loses by KO to Alonzo Verona. This was for the IFC Featherweight Championship. Some say it's a fight he shouldn't have taken. It was, very soon between his and his last fight. But he takes the L. It's okay. because he gets back on track as he always does with a bunch of TKOs. Guillermo Cedena and Marcelio Cavalcante get knocked out in round 1 at 300 Sparta 11-12. Then he submits Alonzo Verona at Redemption Fighters 3, submits Jefferson Angula at EMMA 11, submits Joaquim Neto at Inca FC 27, and wins the featherweight championship, the IFC featherweight championship. Okay? He finally gets the belt. Then takes on Carlos Alexandre, wins the 300 featherweight championship. Both of those promotions that we were talking about that he started in, 300 and Inca. Gets the championships in both of them. Guess what? Gets the attention of Dana White. Takes his first UFC fight and takes it at lightweight in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where he is 1-1. Sorry, 3-1, because he got the wins against Jonathan Ortega and Federico. And gets a win over Devin Powell at UFC Fight Night Magny versus Ponzinibbio, November 17th, 2018, in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Big win for him. Unfortunately, he would get only one more chance in the UFC after this, taking on John McDessie and losing a unanimous decision. This was at UFC Fight Night Thompson versus Pettis. You know this as the night that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson was knocked out viciously against the fence by Anthony Pettis in Nashville, Tennessee. That was March 23rd of 2019. And that was the last time we saw him in the UFC. He goes on to regional promotions to fight at Iquitos Combat Championship 6. He TKOs Jose Luis Alegre. He TKOs Caio Tavares at Inca FC 33, returns to Inca. He KOs Elicardo Silva at Arena Global 10. And he TKOs Jenison Lima at Inca FC 33. I don't know why Inca FC 33 was the same. They have it listed as February 26th of 2020 and July 10th of 2022. Maybe they forgot their numbering. We're supposed to continue at 34 and fucked up. Who knows? But this leads us to the PFL, where he makes his debut against Gabriel Braga. Yes, the Gabriel Braga we just saw fight this past weekend. This was at PFL 1 in 2023. Interesting that they made them both fight on PFL 1 in 2025. Huh. Anyways, he loses that split decision in Las Vegas on April 1st of 2023. But in his very next fight, gets the biggest win of his career against a former PFL champion in Brendan Loughnane. Lands a big knee and follows up with punches and knocks out Brendan Loughnane in the very first round in Atlanta, Georgia, June 8th of 2023. This thrusts him into the PFL tournament where he takes on Bubba Jenkins, where he TKOs Bubba Jenkins at PFL 7, August 4th of 2023 in round 2, 4 minutes and 40 seconds in San Antonio, Texas. This was the 2023 PFL featherweight tournament semifinal. Now, Pinedo missed weight in this fight, but he made promises that he wouldn't do this again. And boy, did he not. And he never disappointed again, did he? Because he takes on Gabriel Braga at PFL 10 in 2023, November 24th, and knocks him out in round 3. Avenges his loss to Gabriel Braga, his very first loss in the PFL in Washington, D.C., and wins the 2023 PFL featherweight tournament. Then we see him again. And when do we see him? Fast forward to his performance this past Thursday, coming in at a more than minus 175 favorite against a very game opponent in Adam Boric, coming in at around a plus 150. And the Peruvian gets the job done again. He TKOs Adam Boric Round 1, 3 minutes and 43 seconds. And guess what? This sets him up for a matchup with none other than somebody that would give him a fantastic banger of a trilogy, Gabriel Braga. We're going to get the trilogy next. Gabriel Braga versus Jesus Pinedo. Sorry, Pinedo. I had a burp there. Gabriel Braga won the first by split decision. Jesus Pinedo won the second by TKO. And we get to see the third, baby. So excited. This is why Jesus Pinedo is my fighter spotlight of the week. Shout out to him and shout out to his team.